What is going on, y'all? I just got done with a nasty leg day with my barber. Shout out Bob. Bob Miley, the best barber in Northwest Arkansas, hands down. He's literally been cutting my hair since I was literally almost like 13 years old. You know, me and him, you know, we talk about what's going on in the world a lot, and it's a lot of with my close friends. And I'm about to expose the complete corruption of the United States government. And you're probably going to be thinking, oh, like what you it's not what a lot of y'all don't comprehend what's actually going on. So I really want, in the state of Arkansas, we're the number 3 or 4 state in the nation for obesity. Okay? If you live in the South and everything, you understand what I'm saying. Like, go to a gas station and literally count how many seconds it takes for you to find a fat person. Seriously. It's going to be in the matter of less than 5 seconds. You're going to find someone who is overweight, hands down. And that is sad. Like, over 60, almost 60 to 70% of our population overall is obese. And that is absurd. The leading cause of death in America is heart attacks, right? And almost all percentage of them is due to obesity. So how does this problem come to first place? Obviously, how do you're obese? Well, obviously you're consuming more calories than what you should be doing. You're eating shit foods, high sugar ones that are spiking your insulin 24/7, getting ghrelin spikes, making you hungrier. You know, the food, McDonald's, we got the easiest accessible food in the world that literally is, you know, if you overconsume too much of it, it can be poison to your body. Like, I mean, like you can just go down to McDonald's and spend $5 and get 3 McChickens and a large sweet tea. Like, it's insane. But I'm not even going to get into all that foods part of it. I'm getting into why we have not been intentionally taught these things. If you look at our schooling system, bro, our health class is a joke. They have you look at some fucking pie chart and have like, oh, this is what needs to be grains, this one needs to be fruits, this one needs to be veggies, whatever, a bunch of bullshit, and don't teach you nothing about tracking your calories or what macronutrients you need to be consuming. Why do you think that is? It is fucking intentional. The schooling system is good government bullshit to make you another pawn and dependent individual to the government in the system. So let's talk about, okay, if you knew how to if everybody knew how to properly eat and be in physical shape just by their nutrition, knew how to track their food, there wouldn't be an obesity problem. If there's no an obesity problem, you wouldn't have majority of health problems. And if there's not majority of health problems, there's not prescriptions that are being written for the doctors to, you know, give people. Like, think about this. Obesity is a link to all sorts of shit. Okay, they go to a doctor. Oh, I'm depressed and everything. Instead of the doctor being like, listen, Johnny, you're 5'8", 280 pounds and 45% body fat. You know, instead of you going to the gym at least 4 to 5 days out of the week and tracking them, just tracking them your macronutrient diet and calories, I'm just going to write you an SSRI, that's a selective serotonin receptor inhibitor, that's going to just fuck you up mentally and make me benefits. At the end of the day, I get paid for writing the prescription and the pharmacists get paid, and we're going to get money off you for the rest of our lives. So I have nothing to do to help you but just treating the symptom, not the cause. I'm not going to really going to help you. I'm just going to give you a bunch of bullshit and medication to get paid more and to make you more addictive. Then you're a repeating customer for the rest. It's a business. It's a fucking business. Everything is intentional. They want you to be fat so they can fucking write prescriptions and make good money off of it. Shit that makes you nothing but worse and actually cause more health issues. So you're on this prescription and it gets you another fucking issue. Well, guess what? You come to a doctor, well, I'm feeling this way. Okay, well, we probably need to be taking this as well. Bam, more money. It's a fucking business. They don't give a shit about you. They're not telling you, listen, fat ass, if you just move more, eat the right foods and account for the foods that you're eating, it's that fucking simple. Drink water. Fill your brain with good shit. You wouldn't be depressed. A depression is 2 things. It's two things. It's a selfish mindset, number one. But it's also a mechanism in your body telling you you're not doing what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. You're doing something, you're doing everything wrong. You're not living to a standard. And that's why I say, since depression is self-mindset, you need to stop focusing on your fucking self, because if you play a depressed person's mindset out loud all day, it's poor me, me, nothing's going my way. If you flip your mindset to everything you owe, then you try to become the best version of yourself and give it to the world. It's that simple. But going into the fat part of it, this shit is intentional. They make money off of people being fucking fat and unhealthy. And then, being obese causes so many other health implications that then they throw another bullshit in there, surgery, a gastric surgery, cut people's fucking stomachs in half, basically forcing them to eat less food, and they wonder why they lose less weight. That is fucking criminal. If you really think about it, the shit that goes on is fucking criminal. And it's the abuse on the lack of knowledge. It's the people who know what's right abusing the people who don't know what's right. And that's the system that's intentionally. Why don't you think they don't teach us about taxes? They don't teach us. There's reasons to this. Why is there people that are financially illiterate? I didn't even know about credit and shit like that until I got out of high school. I didn't even know the processes of that. I didn't even really understand that shit, how you get a credit score. I thought just because I was paying a phone bill and shit, I was going to have credit. We're not fucking taught this shit. We're not. They want you to be a dependent individual who doesn't know better. So you're fat, lazy, financially illiterate, so you can't make money for yourself, and you can't be healthy because you don't. It's fucked up. You see where I'm going with this? They want you to be fat, they want you to be lazy, they want you to be broke. So they want people. I mean, look at the ghetto. If you look at the inner cities and the barrio and the hood, I mean, why do you think, they literally incentivize single mothers to have more kids. If a single mom is on welfare and she has more kids, she gets paid more money based on how many kids they have. I mean, what the fuck is that? There's so much that goes into it. There's so fucking much. But we're just scratching the surface. We're literally just scratching the surface. And to go on the health aspect, that's what I'm saying. You guys got to realize is the reason why I take this so hard and just so serious is because, dude, everything that I learned, I had to go out of my way to learn it. I had people, whenever I was working at a supplement shop here in Northwest Arkansas, I had people that would come in, because we're in a college town, it's Fayetteville. And I would be, spitting all this nutrition facts and supplement shit, because I'm reading books and all this shit and learning. And I had someone like, damn, when did you graduate? And I'm like, I didn't go to college. What? I'm a kinesiology major and I'm learning shit from you. And I'm like, then we'll obviously, that's the fuck, bro, it's all a fucking scam. College is a fucking scam. I will say this, unless you're trying to be a doctor or a lawyer or, something you absolutely need a degree, that's different. But if you're trying to be an entrepreneur or anything like that, a lot of it's bullshit. It's all about who you know at the end of the day. But it's all college is just the show that you can do your homework. That's literally it. It shows you can, hey, I can be consistent, I can do homework, I'm a little worker bee. Yeah, indoctrinated. And then you look at these college campuses too, they got these very, very far left, very biased individuals that are brainwashing kids into thinking and believing a whole bunch of fucking bullshit. But these are things y'all just got to be aware of. The pharmaceutical business, number one. Why do you think there hasn't been a cure for fucking cancer? Of course, it hasn't been a cure. I mean, look up Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi, he was a SEBI. He was a doctor from Honduras, and he's claimed to cure over hundreds of people from like STDs, cancer, all sorts of shit from natural sources. And he got in prison when he moved to New York. He got in prison for practicing illegal medicine, and then yet at the end he dies from a severe sickness in the hospital. Is that a coincidence? Fuck no. I mean, there's a guy who back in the 60s or whatever claimed to have built a car that runs on water. Is he alive? No, he was found dead. I wonder why. You guys got to look past the core roots of everything. What is and then once you understand the system. And that's why Andy Frisella says personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion. Because if you're personally trying to chase the best version of yourself, being physically fit so you're healthy, you're not dependent, you're not fat and lazy, dependent on pharmaceutical businesses giving you a whole bunch of drugs that don't do shit. And then chase personal excellence financial wise, so you're not freaking stuck in a slave system, having to pay half your fucking money and not being able to afford shit, being able to escape the matrix. In mindset too, to understand and be aware and look past what's being thrown at us with all this intentional identity politics, the division in this country, racism. You know, like one thing too is y'all got to realize, like, it's all intentional. Malcolm X said this, and a lot of people during the Black Lives Matter stuff that have been like, oh, if Malcolm X was alive or Martin Luther King, y'all don't realize they were twisting in their graves, because a lot of what was going on during that was a lot of the people being played. Malcolm X even said this 2 days before he was assassinated. The white liberal man will persuade himself as friends to the black man, but not only using them as pawns in their political football game. And he was assassinated 2 days later. The white liberal man. And what do they use? They use it's intentional division to create, because what they do is they talk about racism, making it emotional, create division at the bottom, just like Queen Bloody Mary, fucking Queen Mary, the fucking lady who fucking killed hundreds of peasants and shit. She would intentionally cause diversity at the floor so they wouldn't look up at the tower and realize who the real problem is. And that's all you're seeing. It's all now. You got people standing in the streets, fucking barking over Israel and Palestine. Yes, is innocent people dying. Yes, it's fucked up on both sides. But y'all don't realize we're all being fucking played. We're all Americans, you know, and we're being played from the ground up. From the moment we go into high school and learn all this good government bullshit, they're conditioning you to be a 9 to 5. They're conditioning you for a 9 to 5. It's 7 to 3. That's basically a 9 to 5. They condition you to be a worker bee, dumb you down, don't teach you anything to be successful whatsoever. And whenever you have goals and stuff later on, they're like, you have a teacher tell you, okay, Johnny, we need to be a little bit more realistic. Okay. Tell me anybody who's been successful and everything, say, let's be more realistic. So, I mean, but the intentional division in this country is meant to make us weaker. United we stand, divided we fall. And that's and people are waking up. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people are waking up. There's a lot of people with their heads still in the sand. But they want to manipulate us into being in an emotional state and diversifying us through the racism or through other countries going to war, keeping us constantly distracted while they're doing other things on the other side. I mean, there's so much. We're being attacked from all angles. And I mean, not even to mention the men shit. I've already talked about that. You know, it's meant to keep us weak. They want us weak. And I'm asking you guys, understand, I'm spilling a lot of information, but really understand what the fuck I'm trying to say. And I really want the best for every single one of y'all. And I want all of us to eventually wake the fuck up. And my dream is for everybody to wake the fuck up and realize that we really have the true power. Because all it is, we do not have to abide. We literally do not have to abide at all. At all. And watch, my video is probably going to get censored because of this. What I'm saying. A lot of the shit I'm saying is fucking truth. And I'm not afraid to say it. And a lot of y'all are, because you're afraid what people are going to think of you. if you ask me, that's a soft mindset. And that's why you'll never achieve anything. And our country's at fucking risk. Our country's at risk. And going back, simple as this, just like Andy Frisella said, personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion. And y'all need to start living at a high standard, understanding how the system works. Do not become a dependent individual to the system and start elevating your life. Because we don't got much time before some real shit happens. Real shit. And it's all about money. A lot of it, it's evil people making money. And money is all they worship. You got to realize the Ukraine shit. You know, you got to realize all these fucking Congress people, majority of these people, they already knew about Ukraine way before it fucking started. And then they knew about the possible, what they're intentionally going to try to do. And then guess what? They dump all their fucking money into Raytheon, Lockheed, Skunk Works, and other military contracting companies before the manufacturing of the mass manufacturers of ammunition, giving out the tanks, giving out other guns and all this shit before they ship them off. And then they 10x their money. Why is it that all these senator and a lot of these Congress people are one of the highest achieving stockholders? Why? How does Nancy Pelosi come in XX thousand money and then she comes out millions of dollars and has like a $20 million man, more than that? How does that happen? How is her husband the one of the top stockholders, just like high achieving stockholders? He's just lucky with what he's investing in? Or just happened to be his wife was head of the Senate or whatever, and she has all these insiders and shit. And she's not the only one. They're all fucking corrupted. But they hate people like me. They don't want young men like me. I'm only 22, about to be 23 next month. They don't want motherfuckers like me coming out and saying this shit. And I'm going to put my foot down, whether for how many times I get censored or not. I care about our future's sake. I care about my kids' sake in the future. I want to live a beautiful life and chase success without being oppressed from a fucked up government system. And, you know, really at the end of the day, we all have to unify and realize we're all on the same team. I don't care if you're black, white, brown, purple. It don't matter what race you are. If you think about race and you put race in there, you're a low IQ individual. I'm going to talk about a story real fast. I saw on Instagram, it was the video of the Detroit Lions GM. He was screaming super happy in the locker room. Or it wasn't the locker room, it was in the elevator before they were going down or whatever. And he was screaming, he's like, yeah, just hype, because they haven't won a playoff game in 32 years, okay? And I'm looking through the comments, and, you know, I'm saying, like, oh, man, like, one was funny. One of the dudes was like, wow, he's acting like he hasn't won a playoff game in, like, 32 years or something. It was funny. Shit like that, people were like, man, I'm so happy for him and everything. Then I saw this one that really pissed me off. It said, man, like, I can only imagine, like, not winning a playoff game for 32 years, man. Plus, him being a black GM, I can only imagine how many times he was being scrutinized over every hiccup. And there was like but I was one of the only first people to be like, what does him being black have to do with that? He's happy and everything because they haven't won a playoff game in 32 fucking years. Not to mention, there's 8 black GMs, 5 black NFL presidents, 90% of the NFL is black. What is that? Is everybody else being scrutinized? That's victimhood mentality. And that's what they're trying to implant in minorities' brains. I'm a Mexican. I come from my dad, he's full Mexican. My dad's 75 years old. He's come from an area where in Arizona, Reedley, California as well, fruit picking towns where all the Mexicans were fruit picking. He was working the fields when he was younger. Coming from a minority stance, never will we ever say if it was a Mexican GM, oh, I can only imagine this is bad, he's being scrutinized. No. They want that victim mentality, and they want black folks to be just what Malcolm X said, pawns to their political football game. And we all got to start fucking realizing they want us to be against each other. They want us to be against each other. They want us to be diversified. They want us to be split up, divided. United we stand, divided we fall. It's that simple. Our country stays at risk. Everything. Personal X is author rebellion. Live at a high standard. Understand we're on the same team. They want to play us. They don't want us to be unified. They don't want us to be smart. They don't want us to be rich. They don't want us to be fit. They don't want none of that. And we got to do the opposite of what they don't want. We got to be the best we could possibly be and work together and know we're all on the same team. I love every single one of y'all. I don't care. Like, we all put our pants on the same way. We all bleed red. And in the military, when I was in the Army, one of my favorite deals, what I used to love to say, and I heard from my drill sergeant, said, we all wear green and we all bleed red. That shit didn't last in the military. It really didn't. We're all the same. We're all Americans. And we're all meant to be here together. Closing that up. Feel like I spit some heat. Let me know. Like I said, drop in the comments what other shit, if whatever y'all want to see, what to the deal. If you loving this shit, smash the like button, subscribe. I'm new to this YouTube stuff, and I just want to share my message to as many people as possible. And all I care is about impacting one after the other. And you spreading the message and everything, y'all help me help more people. And if you got value from this, please share it. If it made you laugh or whatever it is, please share it. Please share it. I appreciate y'all. Peace. I'm out.